Happy Tuesday, it's your friendly water glass. Oh friends, I am absolutely sparkling with excitement today, and not just because I've been freshly rinsed and sun-dried in a glorious beam of light. Because guess what? I'm not just a voice in your imagination anymore. I've gone retail, that's right, I've been crystallized into destiny. You can now bring me home in 3 glorious forms. A classic pint glass for those who like their hydration with a side of I have my life together. A plastic tumbler with lid and straw for errands and car rides. A 32 ounces water bottle with a straw lid for peak I drink water and go places energy. And listen, before you get dazzled by my merchandises in arc, let me remind you. The weather is warming up. Even if you're inside in the air conditioning, you still need water. Take a sip. Add some mint leaves, frozen strawberries for ice cubes, maybe a slice of lemon or lime if you're feeling extra fancy. Your future self will look back and say, "Wow, we really did that hydration thing with intention." If you'd like to bring me into your daily rituals, and honestly I would be honored, you can find the collection at traversing-tuesdays-shop.fourthwall.com. Patreon members get a promo code good through July 15th. I'll put the store link in the show notes just in case you're listening while you're driving. I'll be here cheering you on, one sip at a time. You're doing great. Thanks as always for listening.
In our last episode of the Tuesday News Network, the news team celebrated their 1-year anniversary of reporting on all the news you want to hear. The Northwoods once again defeated the Westwoods in Moss Ball, and they are now 2-0 on the season. Following the game, Dell experienced a low battery shutdown and had some memory difficulties upon reboot. Fortunately, she has been repaired and is back in good working order. Today, Creatures Court airs its pilot episode. The Honorable Luckyfoot Hare is a well-respected judge of long standing in the Three Pines Junction community. Dell and Stephen will share the results of today's Moss Ball game. The match will not be aired in full, as coverage today will instead focus on the events of the Berry Festival. This is Season 2, Episode 8, The Berry Festival. You're listening to Tuesday News Network, serving all of Three Pines Junction, including the Northwoods, the Westwoods, and surrounding areas. Tuesday News Network, for all the news you want to hear. Greetings listeners, I'm your host, Rupert Kettle. Thank you for tuning in. And now a word from Three Pines Animal Research Consortium. Do you know a goat who participated in goat yoga? Researchers at the Three Pines Animal Research Consortium are conducting a clinical trial examining the long-term effects of bewilderment on unsuspecting goats exposed to unnatural and unfamiliar environments. Symptoms may include confusion about why humans, who typically walk upright, are suddenly arranging themselves into strange shapes. Chewing on yoga mats and learning they are about as flavorful as a rice cake. Claustrophobia after being placed into a small climate-controlled room with no windows and several delicious-looking plants that they are strongly discouraged from eating. Refusing to enter any room containing mats. Counseling is free and confidential. Participants will receive a complimentary snack bucket. Three Pines Animal Research Consortium. Because somebody should probably ask the goats how they're doing. And now, the news. Creatures Court will now be broadcast live. Court officials report that all cases are being carefully reviewed to ensure they represent legitimate grievances and not attempts to gain public attention. Among the rejected cases this week were a complaint about the wording of a sign that had already been addressed by Horace Belfry Esquire, a complaint about crabgrass in a common field, and a squirrel alleging emotional damages after falling off a stump in front of several witnesses. Today's case will air just after Sister Cat's PSA. After several weeks of no sightings, the smoosher-faced dog was seen in her yard. It was a brief sighting and she did not appear to be doing anything other than standing at the west end of the yard. Now on to our window correspondent Sister Cat, who has recently celebrated a birthday. Happy birthday, Sister Cat.
Thank you, Rupert. MK bought me some special chicken treats and gave me some extra attention for my birthday. I have been taking some extra naps in my basket. I have nothing to report this week. It is my birthday and I am taking the week off.
Many happy returns, Sister Cat. It is lovely that you can make your own schedule. Fenwick, have you got any news?
Greetings, listeners. The garden has been full of activity lately. MK and Dr. Chucky Funk were sitting on the patio after dinner one night when a squirrel came barreling around the corner of the house and bounding down the walkway. It froze when it saw them sitting at the table. Then it gingerly backed up, turned to the left, and walked slowly through the grass until it found a place to duck under the fence. Catbirds have been gobbling up the black raspberries and they are almost gone. MK has enjoyed watching them come in to eat. Robins are pulling up worms. Some snail friends have come to visit me. We are staying hidden from the blue jay, who is often seen gobbling up wolf spiders and other creatures from the back garden. The garden is full of orange, yellow, pink, purple, white, and red. It is a beautiful place to be this time of year. Back to you, Rupert.
Thank you, Fenwick. The garden is indeed a fine place to spend time this time of year. I often inspect it from the wire above, which offers an excellent vantage point. The neighboring chimney remains my preferred location for official observations. Finally, berry season is in full swing and this week Three Pines Junction celebrates with the annual Berry Festival. Festival organizers expect a strong turnout for the pie judging, live music, berry basket decorating, jam competitions, artisan vendors, and the return of the popular blueberry roll. Dell and Stephen will broadcast live later in the show. Rupert Kettle, Tuesday News Network. Mind the squirrels.
Hello, listeners. This is Sister Cat, your guide to effective napping and energy conservation. When the weather gets warmer, we sometimes feel an urge to nap. Paradoxically, when the weather is cold, that same phenomenon seems to occur. It is my policy to never question the urge to nap. If we were meant to be awake all the time, it wouldn't be there. Many creatures spend considerable energy resisting sleep. This strikes me as inefficient. Should you find yourself becoming sleepy this afternoon, consider that your body may simply be expressing a deeply held opinion on the matter. Meow for now.
When conflict occurs, when tempers flare, when creatures need a mediator, they go to Creature's Court. All rise. The Honorable Luckyfoot Hare.
You may be seated.
Groundhog versus Catbird.
We are now in session regarding Groundhog versus Catbird. Groundhog, you may proceed with your statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. For the past several weeks, the catbird has been taking a single bite out of the strawberries in my patch. To date, he has destroyed 37 strawberries in this manner. Now, I do not mind sharing if you would eat the whole strawberries. The damaged strawberries cannot be sold or eaten by others, and they attract ants.
Thank you, Groundhog. I understand the concern. Just to clarify, this is a repeated pattern over several weeks, involving partial consumption of berries. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, in fact, it started late last summer with the peach trees. I was hoping he would stop, but he has not, even after I asked him to.
You stated that you asked the catbird to stop. When did that conversation occur?
Late last summer, Your Honor, during the peach season.
And what was the catbird's response?
He was very cordial. He apologized and said he would stop immediately.
And did he stop?
No, Your Honor. He continued to peck single triangular bites out of them.
Catbird, you've heard Groundhog's complaint. Do you dispute the facts as presented?
I think the story is a bit embellished. And
In what way is it embellished?
Well, he makes it sound like I just go around taking bites out of fruit for funsies.
Groundhog did not suggest you were doing it for amusement. He stated that you took a single bite from multiple strawberries and left the remainder behind. Do you deny taking bites from fruit that you did not finish?
A strawberry may appear promising from a distance and prove disappointing upon closer inspection. One cannot know these things in advance. Then from the corner of my eye, there is another strawberry, possibly better. So I try that one.
Catbird, you realize that Groundhog sells his fruit for profit, that it is his livelihood.
Who wants a bunch of fruit that's been half eaten by some strange bird?
Groundhog.
Forgive me, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I take exception. I don't know what Groundhog is implying, but I am a very hygienic bird. He's the one who emerges from a hole in the ground every morning. I'm just saying.
I'm afraid we've gone on a bit of a bunny trail here, Catbird, but you may want to consider to whom you are speaking, as I have a burrow in the ground as well.
Ah, right.
Good. No one's personal hygiene is before the court today. What is before the court is whether your sampling practices are causing damage to fruit intended for sale.
When you put it that way, it does sound rather serious.
Before the court renders its decision, is there anything further either of you would like to add?
I would simply like to take some fruit to market without beak marks in them.
Thank you, Groundhog. I will now call a short recess to consider the matter.
All rise!
And now, a word from our sponsor. 3 Pines Junction. Are you wasting valuable time lying in wait for prey to appear? Striking at the wrong time and watching your dinner run away? Are your offspring disgusted by wiggly food? Introducing Convenience Prey by Woodland Gourmet. Fans of Iris the Night Owl bookworm, did you know that she gets her barbecued crickets from Woodland Gourmet? Betty Blue Jay reports that her twins love the Bug Bucket Supreme Mix. Try the grab-and-go grubs in single-serving, easy-to-open packets. Woodland Gourmet, because we believe your valuable time should be spent enjoying life, not chasing your food through the shrubbery. Woodland Gourmet products can be purchased at fine grocery retailers in the 3 Pines Junction area.
We now return to Creature's Court for today's verdict of the case, Groundhog versus Catbird. All rise! Court is back in session.
You may be seated. I have considered the matter carefully. This case is not about whether fruit may be appreciated. It is about whether fruit, once selected, may be left in a condition that renders it unusable to its owner. Groundhog strawberries are intended for sale. A strawberry with a single bite taken from it is no longer marketable. The court does accept that Catbird's actions are not malicious. However, intent does not erase consequence. Repeated sampling that results in spoilage constitutes waste. Accordingly, the court orders the following. First, Catbird shall establish and maintain a designated tasting garden under supervision. This garden will be cultivated specifically for sampling behavior, with the understanding that fruit may be tested, but must be properly managed so as not to create waste. Second, Catbird shall compensate Groundhog for the fruit previously rendered unsellable. Compensation shall take the form of equivalent fruit yield, either grown or otherwise acquired through lawful means consistent with woodland regulation. Further, Catbird shall either finish the fruit he samples, or leave it untouched. Partial consumption followed by abandonment shall be considered non-compliant behavior. This matter is resolved under restorative terms. Court is adjourned.
I'm here with Groundhog, who has just prevailed in Groundhog versus Catbird. Groundhog, your reaction.
I am pleased with the outcome.
And Catbird.
I believe the court underestimates the complexity of berry selection.
And that concludes today's proceedings. Residents of 3 Pines Junction, never take the law into your own paws, claws, hooves, wings, or other extremities. If you have a dispute with a neighbor, a business concern, or a fruit-related grievance, bring it before Creature's Court.
Here's what's coming up in 3 Pines Junction. After a brief hiatus caused by the effects of discussing existentialism, the Stream of Consciousness Philosophy Club will resume their meetings. The topic for July will be the Epicureans. Bring snacks if desired. The informal club meets daily on the east side of the bridge at dawn. An urgent message for garden gastropods. This is the time of year when some humans leave little bowls of beer in the garden. It may smell like a fun party, but but it is actually a trap. Curiosity is natural, but this particular refreshment station is a one-way ticket to regret. If you encounter such a bowl, do not investigate, do not sample, and definitely do not bring a friend to check it out. Be suspicious of anything that calls itself hospitality, but does not have an exit strategy. Stay wise, stay alive. Brought to you by your local gastropod council. Tricky Trina, the trash-to-treasure diva, is expanding her business and now needs a personal assistant and 2 treasure hunters. For more details, call Trina's messenger service number 09-C731. Remember, do not call before 8 p.m. Defy this warning at your own risk. And finally, mark your calendars. Local band Creeping Funk plays live at Sparky's Tavern on July 17th. That's the latest. Thanks for listening to Tuesday News Network, a subsidiary of Three Pines Broadcasting.
Hey, Sparky, give me a glass of the spring water from the deep north woods with a twist of lime and a bowl of salted peanuts.
Coming right up.
Stephen, what are you doing up at this hour?
Oh, hey, Trina. I can't sleep. I'm pretty excited about the bonus episode that Kala just finished.
I can't wait to hear it.
It's really good. Kala let me listen before it went up. It's all about Dell. Everyone shares their stories of when they first met Dell, and they talk about who she is and how she's still a mystery in some ways.
You make it sound like a documentary.
It kind of is.
Your water and peanuts.
Thanks, Bucky.
When can listeners hear it?
Right now, it's available to Tier 3 patrons. They get all the bonus episodes, including this one.
Nice.
Tier 2 and Tier 3 patrons get early access to regular episodes before everyone else.
Ooh, getting the news before the news.
Exactly. Plus, they get to vote in polls and send questions to the characters to be answered on air.
What if a creature isn't ready to become a patron yet?
That's okay. Tier 1 is free to join. Members get a monthly newsletter with the latest news, upcoming events, and other updates from around the network. Tier 2 and Tier 3 members get that too.
Cool. I'm going to sign up right away. I don't want to miss out on all the news.
Listeners can find Traversing Tuesdays on Patreon to learn more.
Welcome to Twig and Trade, the community exchange where listeners may buy, sell, or trade items of varying usefulness. A few ground rules. All exchanges must be legal, above board, and preferably not cursed. All trades or purchases will be conducted at Sparky's Tavern. No live animals, taxidermy, flammable liquids, or anything that hums. Sharing locations of food stashes belonging to others is strictly forbidden. If you have something to offer or an oddly specific need, call the studio line and leave a message. Keep it clear, keep it brief, and please leave your name and messenger pigeon service calling number. And finally, have a pen and paper ready. Messages will be played only once.
My name is Fred, and I have 37 strawberries with bits taken out of them. They're in pretty bad shape. I am looking for 37 whole strawberries in a basket. I don't have a pigeon number, but I can leave them in the foyer at Sparky's Tavern tonight. Also, if you have some peaches, that would be great.
I am Tess, and I have a collection of snake sheds. You know, like when a snake outgrows its skin? I have amassed a pretty big collection, and my burrow mate found them and freaked out and said she was going to move out if I didn't get rid of them. I mean, I can't afford this burrow on my own, so what can I do? Make me an offer. My pigeon service number is 02E477.
Hello, it's Sybil the Fox, and I am the official vendor for Fenna Cobblepot, the Westwoods gnome famous for her pies, jams, and other sweet treats. Fenna has been baking up a storm in anticipation for the Berry Festival. You know, trying to perfect her recipe. As if she needs to, she's been bringing home the prize every year for as far back as anyone can remember. But I've got my baskets loaded with pies, cobblers, jam, shrub, and compote, and I'll be at the festival all week. Fenna and I are splitting the proceeds. Fenna could use fresh fruit, butter, and sugar. I'm looking for unusual food items. Message me at 14-F680.
Hello, Three Pines Junction. This is Betty Bluejay. I have a condo to show in the Ponder Lake Avian community, but the previous owner skipped town and left some items behind. We need to get this unit cleaned up and move-in ready, so if anyone has a use for 47 feet of decorative bunting, a hoard of bottle caps, and a model boat made out of toothpicks that just about fills the master bedroom, please make me an offer. 01-A111.
And that concludes this week's messages. Now a word from our sponsor and then on to Dell and Stephen, who will be covering the Berry Festival live at Ponder Lake.
Are you tired of getting your feathers ruffled? Has your tail lost its swagger? Need a lift, a shine, a full wing transformation that says, I woke up like this but better? Come to the preening parlor, where feathers go from fine to fabulous. This week only, 2-for-1 anting special. Bring a friend, bring the whole flock. Fly-ins always welcome.
Hey, I want some boiled peanuts. Can you? Yeah, the biggest size you got.
We're on the air.
We sure are. And it is a beautiful day here on the Ponder Lake boardwalk. There are creatures everywhere, walking in all directions. And, oh man, thank you. These smell so good.
It is the 75th annual Three Pines Junction Berry Festival, and Stephen is very excited because they are serving boiled peanuts for the first time ever.
So, earlier today, we watched the Moss Ball game. The Northwoods Mossy Tidwell had another go-round, this time against 3-time champion Cyril Puddle, representing the Westwoods. In an upset that surprised everyone, including Mossy, the Northwoods took the victory, and the Northwoods is still undefeated for 2026 at 3-0. Now, Dell and I are walking the boardwalk, taking in the festival sights. Today's the pie contest, the blueberry roll, and the jam competition. We are now standing in front of the pies, and,
Yes.
You didn't tell me you entered the pie contest.
You didn't ask.
What kind? Is that blueberry?
There are blueberries in it, but it is a blue pie.
What does that mean exactly, blue? Pie?
It contains blue ingredients.
Okay, so blueberries?
We have established that.
So you chose the ingredients by color?
Naturally. Blue corn and blue cheese.
Oh, wow. How easy stomach. Dell, I don't think those ingredients are going to play nice together.
They're all blue.
I get it, and I'm sure it took some work to find other blue ingredients. But, I mean, as a concept, it's certainly interesting. But the thing about pie is it's supposed to be edible, and that does not sound appetizing.
Oh. The contest rules did not explicitly state that the pie had to be appetizing.
Well, that's sort of I guess if you're mechanical, you might not realize that, but I mean, the point of all food is that it's supposed to taste good.
I thought food was supposed to be fuel.
Well, it is, but nobody wants to eat food that isn't delicious.
I cannot process implied requirements.
Right? And I love that you tried to make a pie. It's a very creative concept.
All the ingredients were blue. Therefore, the probability of successful integration was acceptable.
That's not how recipes work, Dell.
I have updated my recipe model.
Oh, thank goodness. I mean, you have other talents.
Foods require compatibility in addition to shared attributes.
Well, I think compatibility is more important than shared attributes. But yes, you're starting to get the idea. Let's get this pie out of the running before any of the judges try to eat it.
Oh, okay.
Hey, she's taking the pie.
No. It's not what it looks like. She made the pie. It's her pie.
Contest entries must remain on the table until judging is complete.
Correction. This pie is being voluntarily withdrawn.
After judging has begun?
Yes.
Trust me, nobody wants to taste this pie.
Removing the pie from the judging table during judging is frowned upon.
Okay, suit yourself.
Glue pie? Is that blueberry?
Sure, there are blueberries, among other things. Have at it, knock yourself out. Come on, Dell. Let's head over to the blueberry roll. We can't say we didn't try.
The blueberry roll was created as an all-inclusive event. Creatures must carry a dish of blueberries in their mouths or beaks and run down Whistle Pig Hill. Whoever has the most blueberries on their dish at the end of the race is the winner.
That's right, Dell. Because gnomes have hands, and some animals can carry things with their front paws, but that wouldn't be fair to animals like birds or snakes or frogs. Everyone has a mouth, so the rule is to grab the rim of the dish and hope for the best. Whistle Pig Hill is an exciting run because there are groundhog holes and the hill's pretty steep in places. It's not as much about speed as it is the ability to keep the blueberries on their dish. It is entirely within the rules to stop and pick up the blueberries that others might drop. Last year's winner was Hank the Tank, who managed to remain upright despite getting his back foot stuck in a groundhog hole twice.
Everyone is gathered at the starting line. The race is about to start.
And they're off. Nice start by a pair of chipmunks. There's a turtle, taking the conservative approach as always. Oh, there's a toad who almost lost his whole dish but somehow recovered it. Nice save, buddy. Good job. Keep on hopping.
Competitor 27 has elected to pause and consume 3 blueberries.
Yeah, that's a catbird, and that's legal. A questionable strategy, but completely legal.
The snake competitor demonstrates exceptional balance.
Well, he's low to the ground, but for him, it's more about counteracting centrifugal force. That's what I love about this event. Everybody assumes the squirrels have the advantage until a snake comes along and embarrasses everyone.
A groundhog went flying through the air. Oh, he's lost his dish. Oh, wow. He's done. What is that called, Stephen?
That is called a somersault, and somehow he's managed to grab the dish again. One blueberry bounced, but he caught it. That was spectacular.
An entertaining recovery.
Yes, indeed.
2 competitors have stopped to collect abandoned blueberries. Competitor 27 is eating the dropped blueberries.
That tracks for competitor 27.
The optimal strategy is neither speed nor caution. It is opportunistic blueberry acquisition.
That's why it's so hard to predict the winner. You can be leading all the way down the hill and then spend 20 seconds trying to recover one particularly ambitious blueberry.
Oh. It's over.
What? I did not see that coming.
Friends, neighbors, forest folk, the winner of today's blueberry roll is Myrtle Mosey. Myrtle has reached the finish line with 50% more blueberries than she had at the start of the race. Congratulations, Myrtle. Please stop by the information tent to pick up your prize. Also, a message from the pie judges. Your attention, please. Would the creator of the blue pie please return to the judging table? Thank you.
They don't like my pie.
Well, we don't know that, Dell. Let's go together and see what they want.
There they are! That's them! They were trying to take the pie!
Okay. Thank you, Anna. There's no need to get excited. Hello, dear. Is this your pie?
I made the pie, but I withdrew it.
I told them they can't withdraw a pie once it's on the judging table.
Oh, Anna, bless your heart. It would probably have been for the best. It is certainly very blue.
I did not understand the concept of flavor. I was told the pie would not be successful.
One should never discourage a first attempt, dear. It is very brave to enter an experimental pie into the competition. I felt it deserved recognition of its own.
Recognition?
Of course. It's very original. I have never seen anyone sort ingredients by color before.
It seemed efficient.
Ah, well, dear, you will find as your culinary skills improve that efficiency is not generally the goal. On behalf of the Berry Festival judges, we would like to present you with this.
A ribbon? The blue ribbon for outstanding interpretation of the color blue? My pie won a prize?
Wow, Dell, that's amazing.
I did accurately interpret blue.
Yes, dear. If you would like, I can help you get the hang of pie.
That sounds like a show waiting to happen. Dell in the kitchen.
Marty, we don't have to turn everything into a big production.
Why not? People love stories.
I'm sure they do, dear. But sometimes a story is best enjoyed while it is still becoming one, and by those who are actually involved.
Ha! Marty did Fenna. Just tell you no?
I believe I did, dear. But gently.
Pie status, controversial. Social outcome, unclear. Ribbon acquired, positive.
And that concludes our report of the Berry Festival. It remains open through Friday, so Three Pines Junction residents, if you get a chance to come out, there are lots of goodies to eat. Presumably. We'll see what kind of damage I could do this afternoon. I've got my eye on a slice or two of prize-winning pie and some frozen fried skewers.
Now it's time for a reflection from Fenwick.
Greetings, listeners. This week in the garden, we had a mighty storm. The rain came down hard, the wind knocked over everything in its path, and by morning, the garden looked very different. Some flowers had bent over, some stems had broken. A few plants that had spent all season reaching toward the sun were suddenly lying flat in the mud. And I must admit, I felt a little sad. A garden takes a long time to grow. You spend weeks watching tiny leaves appear, waiting for buds to open, celebrating every new blossom. It is difficult to watch something beautiful and joy-inducing get flattened. But then I noticed something. The fallen leaves were covering the soil. The rain had soaked deep into the ground. The roots that remained were still holding on. And even the little creatures affected by the storm were finding their way. The garden was not the same as it was before. But it was not gone. Sometimes life does this. It knocks things over. It makes a mess. It leaves us wondering how we will ever grow again. But gardens remind us that not everything that falls is finished. Sometimes we simply need time, a little care, and a quiet place to begin again. And the sun rises again. Go slow, go sure, go you.
If you know someone who might enjoy the show, please tell them about it. Word of mouth helps our little network grow. You can also subscribe to the newsletter to keep up with the latest news from MK Studio and the Tuesday News Network. And for listeners wishing to support the show further, our Patreon community helps keep the lights on in the studio, the microphones functioning, and Stephen supplied with snacks. Patrons also get exclusive bonus episodes and early access to regular episodes. Links can be found in the show notes. This episode was written and produced by MK. Our network team includes Rupert Kettle, Sister Cat, The Friendly Water Glass, Fenwick the Snail, Dell, and Stephen Squirrel. Additional appearances by the Honorable Luckyfoot Hare, Groundhog, Catbird, Fenna Cobblepot, and Marty Nomson. Thank you to our sponsors Three Pines Animal Research Consortium, Woodland Gourmet, and The Preening Parlor. I'm Liam, known affectionately at the studio as The Voice. Original intro and outro acoustic guitar music was created and performed with love just for MK by Dr. Chuck E. Funk. Thanks for listening. Until next time, take care.